Ever heard of the term when worlds collide?
What?
Usually when that happens, nothing good can come from it.
That is true!
But we had something similar like that happen in Florida, where Macho Man himself, Ron DeSantis, the man who only keeps on winning,
Fauciism was destructive.
met with the only game in town, Donald Trump,
Everything woke turns to shit.
to discuss some things. VP anyone? Yeah, not happening.
That is also true!
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this.
You serious?
It's What's Next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo, your daily dose, facts, common sense, and salt. If you guys are feeling good today, of course, this is Monday. We begin a new week. Well, you knew eventually this was going to happen. You know, two behemoths, worlds colliding. You know, the two titans of industry meeting, finally, after all this time. Well, what am I talking about? Well, we're talking about Ron DeSantis, the macho man himself, governor of the state of Florida, the man who only keeps on winning. Have you seen the last 4 years? Meets up with one and the only game in town at this point, former President Donald J. Trump. What are they talking about? You know, are they talking about policy? Are they talking about, closing down the borders? Are they talking about, Israel and Hamas? No, they're talking about fundraising. And of course, the rumor has it that VP is floating. Yeah, I don't think so. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Report, Trump and DeSantis meet in Miami, talk fundraising. Former President Donald Trump and Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, the man who only keeps on winning, reportedly met in Miami on Sunday where they settled their political differences. Yeah, I don't see that happening. And discussed fundraising. The former president and the Florida governor crossed swords this past primary when the two were competing for the coveted GOP presidential nomination, leading to some strain between the two campaigns. Even though DeSantis ultimately dropped out from the race and endorsed Trump, this marks the first time the two politicians have officially met to bridge the divide, so-called. This comes from The Hill. The hours-long meeting, brokered by the political allies hoping to chill was once a red-hot rivalry, resulted in DeSantis agreeing to help former president. DeSantis' network of donors and influence among notable conservatives wary of Trump could prove a major boon to the presumptive nominee's campaign. Trump has consistently fallen behind President Biden in fundraising as the 24 election continues and nears. The men have reportedly not spoken since DeSantis dropped out of the GOP race back in January. DeSantis failed to capitalize on high expectations for his first national campaign, leaving the race after the Iowa caucuses. And of course, only 14% of conservatives showed up, and there you go. He endorsed Trump, who went on to defeat former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. Really, that wasn't even a race at all. Nikki was just hanging on just to hang on in the primary. Upon dropping from the race, DeSantis said that he would, while the former president had their disagreements, he believed Trump would be better suited to lead the nation than Joe Dementia. Fact. Quote, it's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance, DeSantis said. They watched his presidency get stymied by relentless resistance, and they see Democrats using lawfare to attack him. While I have disagreements with Donald, such as the coronavirus pandemic and the elevation of Fauci, Trump is superior to his current incumbent, Joe Biden. Yes, hit him where it hurts. As the rumors that Trump will be selecting DeSantis as his running mate, this prospect is highly unlikely, given that the two have been odds for several months. A few, give or take, February, early March, where Trump decided to put out his short list of VPs, including, Tulsi Gabbard, Kristi Noem of South Dakota, and of course, one Ron DeSantis. Everybody knew that was a joke, throwing him in, because Ron DeSantis had no intentions whatsoever of being number two. He wanted to be number one. And unfortunately, due to some campaign boo-boos, serious boo-boos that could have been corrected early on, this conversation would be wholly different than what we're discussing right now. But anyway, it is what it is. Trump is number one. Trump is the de facto pick. Whether you like Trump or not, you hate dementia even more, you're going to have no choice but to vote for DJT. But as far as DeSantis being VP, was never going to happen. Now, of course, fundraising, yes, he can help Trump a lot, especially in Florida. Because people seem to think that Donald Trump runs Florida. No, Ron has been doing that the last 5 years. Have you ever seen his policies? From Disney to shutting down Disney's tax to, tax Vatican status to giving parents more rights when it comes to their children, be educated in schools versus indoctrinated by Transanity. Have you heard of him? I guess not. But anyway, this is going to be a boost for Donald Trump because he needs it as we get into the home stretch just a few months away. Just a few months. The election's going to take place. And we're going to have a choice. Either we put Donald Trump back in for another 4 years, which is probably going to end up turning into a lame duck presidency, or we're going to have Dementia Joe falling down and tripping over himself as the world fucking crumbles. Or shall I say, America fucking crumbles. Well, yeah, you could say that. Because if America falls, so does the rest of the world. Just saying. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue to watch any show. Spread the word. Appreciate you guys watching. And we'll see you next time. Peace.